our internet. You can get me there. Hope FM Live being the handle. Find it and share, of course, with your friends. We are calling this Following God Wholeheartedly from Numbers 32. Sawa Sawa. It's a story about some two communities, the Reubenites and the Gadites, who decided to go to Moses and tell him, as we are not crossing over the Jordan, just let us stay here because we are shepherds. And because we are shepherds, I believe that this place where we are at is just better for us. But they did not see this coming. So we're going to read on from Numbers 32 and see what following God wholeheartedly really means. Now, the Reubenites and Gadites, who had very large herds and flocks, saw that the lands of Jazer and Gilead were suitable for livestock. So they came to Moses and Eleazar the priest and to the leaders of the community and said, Ataroth, Dibon, Jazer, Nimrah, Heshbon, Eliale, Sebam, Nebo, and beyond, the land the Lord subdued before the people of Israel are suitable for livestock, and your servants have livestock. If we have found favor in your eyes, they said, let this land be given to your servants as our possession. Do not make us cross the Jordan. Moses said to the Gadites and Reubenites, should your fellow Israelites go to war while you sit here? Why do you discourage the Israelites from crossing over into the land the Lord has given them? This is what your fathers did when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to look over the land. After they went up to the valley of Eshcol and viewed the land, they discouraged the Israelites from entering the land the Lord had given them. The Lord's anger was aroused that day, and he swore this oath, because they have not followed me wholeheartedly, not one of those who were 20 years old or more when they came up out of Egypt will see the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not one, except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua, son of Nun, for they followed the Lord wholeheartedly. The Lord's anger burned against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until the whole generation of those who had done evil in his sight was gone. Following the Lord wholeheartedly. Joshua it is, and Caleb, they were the only ones who actually went to the promised land. The rest of the people who developed cold feet, they didn't make it there, especially the 20-year-olds and above. Those ones did not make it there. Yeah. Why? Because they did not follow God wholeheartedly. What does it mean to follow God wholeheartedly? It's to follow him fully, to agree, yeah, when he leads. It is to go the direction of God. It is to follow him, right? It is not to say, I have some interests of my own. Can I pursue those? And this is what the Gadites and the Reubenites were doing. They were busy going there to pursue their interests ahead of God's interests. God had wanted them to go and cross the Jordan and go and take the territory that he was giving them. But they thought, since we have livestock and since this place looks truly good, let us remain here. And this is the request they put forward to Moses. But Moses recounted to them what happened at that time when there was a similar incident. You know, this incident when the children of Israel, they went and somehow they did not bring a good report, you know. And so that is where they were. And this teaches us that God will always bless those who follow him wholeheartedly. Not just following him 70%. Yeah, well, 70 or 80 might be excellent, but it is not obedience. It is not obedience. To obey is better than sacrifice. Therefore, my prayer for us today is that may the Lord teach us to obey. May the Lord teach us to follow him in spirit and in truth. May the Lord teach us, and may he cause our hearts to be sensitive, to know when he's telling us to go, to know when he's telling us to stop, because that is what following God is all about. That is what following God requires. It requires total submission and full obedience. And this is the word of the Lord. Amen. Amen and amen. Thank you so much. It's coming up to 9 minutes now.